My banksters, welcome to the bank. You are here with the teller about the bank. Follow me as I follow money. Let's dive deep and get rich. Let's upgrade our software so our hardware can run efficient. So we finishing up the series with Grant Cardone and Vlad TV. This last one is about, go ahead and pull it up. If I take care of friends over and over, they're going to resent me. Off the title, I'm already interested because this is a billionaire saying this. So let's see what he's talking about.
Last question before I let you go and do the house tour. And this was an interesting sort of debate point, you know, especially in the black community. So when I interviewed Michael Vick, we talked about how his friends got into a lot of trouble. He had a big entourage of guys.
Yeah.
Real quick, before they even touch on this, because it's kind of interesting because the Michael Vick thing was like a really big thing, especially like black people talking about it and like going through it. Somebody should have took the fall for him. I mean, him being the guy who's the money taking the fall is crazy. Like that's nuts. Like that's crazy. He was making, I don't know exactly how much he was making. Michael Vick, in his time, if I'm not mistaken, he has the best QBR in history. Like for a season or two. But the quarterback rating, he has the highest quarterback rating ever. But besides that, him going to jail for dogfighting, that should have never happened, ever. So I would like to see what GC about to say. So
he would pay for, you know, they came up together, they all love each other, whatever else. He would pay for everything. When they would fly, he'd buy all the tickets, buy all the hotel rooms, take them shopping, whatever else. Ultimately, these guys started a dogfighting operation in one of his houses. He ended up going to prison.
Because of their bullshit.
Losing all his money, he had a bunch of really bad investments.
Wow.
He filed for bankruptcy after making hundreds of millions of dollars.
Wow.
he made $100 million?
He came out of prison.
What?
You know, a team, you know, took a chance on him, and eventually he made $100 million again. But we had this conversation. I'm like, look.
Did you enjoy interviewing?
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, very cool guy.
Yeah.
Plus he's a legend in what he does. I mean, he changed the quarterback game.
Yeah.
You know, you look at Mahomes, he's kind of a Michael Vick.
Yeah.
You know, blueprint guy.
Yeah.
But when I talked to him, I said, do you regret having these friends around and supporting your friends? And he was like, no. He's like, if you found $10 million in the back room, you wouldn't split it with your friends? Like, no. Like, and then there was this big debate, like, no, well, from our community, you take care of people. You know, Sebastian Telfair, I interviewed him. You know, he talked about how it's just like ingrained in the culture of taking care of your friends. You yourself, have you ever had experiences of...
Okay, real quick, just before touching on that, I don't believe in taking care of motherfuckers. I believe in, like, at the very least, I give you a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm different, but if you don't work, you don't eat. Maybe this comes from me being somebody who damn near had to work for everything that he ever got. If you don't work, you don't eat. I've grown under that ideology. Like, if you don't work, you don't eat. If you ain't hustling, if you ain't going out and trying to go do something, you don't eat. Not saying that people don't fall on hard times or sometimes we need help. That's like an exception. But for the most part, like my man's Dolph said, if a nigga don't work, he a fucking leech. Like, what are we talking about?
You know, having a bunch of friends that you help pay for and everything else like that. And what advice would you give to people who are kind of in this position?
Number one, I don't have a bunch of friends. Number two, I never take care of people's finances.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
So either they pay for everything themselves or they can't go.
Because what's going to happen is if I take care of them over and over again, they're going to resent me anyway. If I pay the fucking meal every time, sooner or later they're gonna have to carry my bag. They're gonna feel obligated to pick up the bag if I'm paying the bill all the time. So I never let anybody pay for my shit ever. I hung out with a guy who was worth $4.5 billion for 90 days. Every time we went to dinner, I was the first one saying, "Fuck it, I'm buying. You ain't owning me." So that's the problem with it, dude. You know, like it's got to be fair exchange back and forth. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not carrying dead weight. I'm not carrying dead weight. It's not my obligation to take care of the community. My obligation is to take care of me.
Man, and it's crazy you saying this because I used to have a problem with trying to give everything to everybody. Not saying that's a wrong thing, but taking care of a lot of people, like I got a pretty decent sized family. You trying to take care of everybody else is not a bad thing unless you deal with people who just take. If they take and reciprocate, that's different because if you give, you get drained. But if you give and get back, then your energy is like restored because now you know motherfuckers just not taking advantage of it. And I've been in those situations. I've been in situations where I was just giving and motherfuckers didn't reciprocate. And I coped for the fact that it was family or this is what you do for friends or anything like things along that nature. And that's not the case. A motherfucker, two people, a friend, and this is what a true friend is. A motherfucker who's willing to reciprocate. Motherfucker who like, bro, I know I ain't got you this. I know I didn't. I know you paid for it last time, bro. Your money not good here. I got you. Don't even trip. I got you. You paid last time, so now I'm gonna pay this time. I got you. Please don't pull your card out. That's a friend. Or, hey, bro, I ain't got the bread right now to give it, and I know you looking out for me because you fuck with me, but don't worry. I'm going to do something. I'm going to give something back. It's not always about the bread, but it's about doing something. But like you said, though, they can resent you because, damn, I feel like I got to carry this bag. Or, damn, I feel like I got to, you know what I'm saying? I have to do something for them to feel like I paid them back and not feel like I owe them. You know what I mean? So,
In your family.
Take care of me, then first me, then take care of my family. Mm-hmm. You know, like based on what Michael Vick is saying, if the plane's going down, he's going to worry about everybody else's fucking mask before he puts his own on. He's going to die. And so had he done it the other way, he wouldn't have had to start over.
Right.
Had he made some of those difficult calls along the way, he wouldn't have had to start over. He could be a $1 billion player right now, like
Easy.
LeBron's going to be, or Michael Jordan.
Easy. Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Instead,
he went to prison.
He had to go backwards. Now he's got to restart. Is that an inspiration? Maybe. But I kind of like the LeBron story and the Jordan story better.
Yeah.
I was with a family member the other day, and they said, "Boy,
yeah, that's crazy." Now, him saying that just like really like made me think about it. The result of taking care of other people, fucking with people who don't respect the space, fucking with people who don't reciprocate, you end up in jail, not because of your own, under your own volition, but under somebody else's decision. That's crazy. That's nuts. You're in jail because somebody else didn't respect the fact that the things that you did for them. They disrespected you. They did a bunch of things and landed you in jail. Crazy. I think Gates said something along that line too. When I started kicking with a lot of people, you know, a lot more chaos started happening. More things started going bad. When I started removing myself, a lot of things just started going smooth. So,
boy, you really changed." I said, "Fucking hope so."
It's a good thing.
Fucking I hope so.
No, look.
And then she's like, "You know what? You've changed more than I have."
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But it first came off like, "Oh, you've changed. You're so, you're different." I hope so.
No, look. I had, groups of friends that didn't really have a lot of money. I had like my little homie, that I kept around. I would take him on trips with me, pay for all his meals, everything else like that. One day he called me and said, "Hey, I want to see my girl. Can you get me the plane ticket?" And I'm like, "Nah, I can't."
Nah.
And then it was like, "Oh, I seen you waste money on this, and this, and you're not gonna help me pay, to go see my girl?" And I'm like, "Fuck you and her."
Yeah.
And then we stopped talking for years.
Yeah.
Because I was like, as much as I paid for you, You're gonna criticize? You're gonna tell me about how much I'm paying for myself?
You know, what I feel real interested is how people feel obligated to something that's not even theirs. Like that's just crazy to me. Somebody feels obligated to something that's not theirs. Like it's not like they didn't work for it, but they feel like they deserve it. That shit nuts. Like, this is mine, but I don't have to work for that. Like, what?
Over money that I earned myself? Because I'm not giving. Because I'm telling you no one time.
Yeah.
After I said yes.
Yeah.
100 times. And this story,
Because
I hear over and over again.
It lowers the individual that's receiving. In my mind, like it pushes that guy down if every time I pay the bill.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter how much money they have, man. Like you know, if you're gonna go to dinner to me, like if a guy's gonna come to dinner with me, sooner or later you gotta pay too.
Yeah.
It makes you feel good. It makes you feel
offer
good,
to
bro.
pay. If I'm having,
Yeah.
if I'm in a restaurant with a group of people, when the bill comes, I will pull out my credit card. Now, oftentimes they're like, "No, we got it."
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, "Okay, if you got it, that's fine." But I'm offering to pay.
Yeah, exactly.
Every single
'Cause
time.
it makes you feel good.
I never assume someone's going to pay for my meal
Why-
on any situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time.
And so that's all I would say. And just like, I've had to cut people out along the way that I outgrew. And I'm like, okay, bro, you're not the same guy that you were. I'm not the same guy that I was. Now, maybe you are the same guy and I'm not the same guy, but we're different. I got different goals, different ambitions. I got a family now. I'm not going to do the bullshit that I used to do.
Yep. I feel you.
Yeah.
Grant Cardone, man.
I agree with that. Right? And the reason I agree with that because I've been in that situation before, where somebody was taking care of a lot of stuff, and I want the urge of me having to give back because we'll pay for something or want to do something because somebody's been taking care of me. Like I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that I have to reciprocate because I'm grateful that you have been doing this for me. I'm actually grateful that you did this for me, but I have to give back because that's how grateful I am. And I don't like things being too tipped is like the scale being too tipped is kind of crazy because even in a relationship, somebody's going to love the other one more, which isn't a problem. The problem comes when it's being abused. That's the problem. When somebody's abusing the person who loves them more. Like, let's say somebody loves me more than I love them, then I abuse them. I'm like, okay, you better keep doing this shit. You gotta keep doing this. That's a problem. Like when you abusing the person. I mean, maybe if they like it, if they just like being abused, maybe. But for the most part, motherfucker ain't abused me. No, sir. But, yeah, man. I think it's cool to give gifts. I think it's cool to show your appreciation for people. I think it's cool to do that. But having healthy boundaries is a necessity. Having a line in the sand, like, all right, you tripping now. Or if somebody never wants to pay, somebody never wants to do something, or if they and I give y'all some real game when you going on a date. Let's say you go on a date, right, with a girl, and you want to test to see what type of person she is or what type of woman she is. Pay for everything, but along the way, like make it known. I'll pay for the date. Make it known. Hey, can you grab that from me? Can you go do this for me? Hey, can you grab that? Can you pass me the salt? Little things. Or just watch how she moves. If she feels like, you know what, I recant everything I just said. Just pay for the meal and just see how she reciprocates. If she's just looking, and I'm not saying try to have sex with her. I'm actually saying the exact opposite. Please don't try to have sex with her. See how she is operating from the standpoint of this guy took me out. He wanted to take me out. He took me out. We paid for the meal and all these things. See how she moved. See how she wants to reciprocate. Because some people aren't good with money. Some people don't, know how to operate with money, which is not a problem. But if she doesn't even want to reciprocate in, okay, let me make sure I serve him. Let me make sure I nurture him. Why, you know, those type of things. Because everything doesn't have to be a monetary exchange or reciprocation, a monetary reciprocation. It doesn't have to be that way. If she goes, or if it's your boy, if it's your boys and your boy down and you know what I'm saying, you decent right now, if you got a little bit of paper or you got paid this week and your boy didn't get paid or he got more expenses that he had to pay for and y'all want to still go out, he like, look, I got you, bro. And he grateful that the next time y'all go out, he like, bro, I got you. I'll pay for this. Don't even worry, bro. You took care of me last week. Like that to me seems like somebody who's a genuine friend. That's what I would consider somebody who's a genuine friend, who's willing to do that. Somebody who's like, look, bro, like, I got you. I'm not gonna let everything fall on you. Something hey, I got you. I'm gonna take care of this. So once again, GC man, he strikes again. I think mainly because he's probably a Aries. We both Aries. I'm a make the excuses that we both Aries, and we probably have the same paradigm. So shout out to GC, man. Cool guy. I've never met him in person, but watching him over the years and his actions follow what he says, I like him. So yeah, man. Let's upgrade our software let's update our software so our hardware can run more efficiently. Let's dive even deeper, follow the money even longer. Catch me on the next one.